Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Callum Smith in for Bruce Frisco. It's Friday, July 3rd. This is CTV News. Tonight, grocery rebate, why some Maritimers are finding a little extra in their bank accounts. Then pump prices, why we're not seeing any relief at the gas station. And hometown pride, the celebrations in Port Williams, Nova Scotia as Jacob Schaffelberg hits the pitch at the World Cup.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Callum Smith.
Good evening. We'll have those stories coming up, but first tonight, more than 44,000 Nova Scotia Power customers spent the evening in the dark during this heat wave. The widespread outage started around 8 p.m. and hit areas including Bedford, Carney Lake, Spry Field, and Clayton Park. Halifax Fire says a switch at the Lakeside substation malfunctioned, exploded, and caught fire. The cause of the outage was erroneously listed on Nova Scotia Power's website at first. The utility is apologizing for that error and the outage at large. Halifax Fire says crews were also called to a few technical rescues with people stuck in elevators when it first started. Some cell towers were also starting to lose power. The utility maintains it was not related to load shedding and that everyone should be back online by midnight. Right now, it looks like about 13,000 customers are still without power at this hour. There has been record-setting heat in all three maritime provinces over the past few days, which can make a tough day at work for many. CTV's Derek Haggett spoke to some of those folks today.
It was 30 degrees during the lunch hour in Moncton today, but it felt much hotter than that.
It's hot, but we do what we can. We take breaks when we need to. We hydrate, obviously. Hat.
The owner of Lenny's Takeout in Moncton and Shediac decided things were just a little too hot to handle in the kitchen yesterday, so he closed both locations early.
It's just in the kitchen. It goes a lot hotter near the fryers and the grill, and I'd say it's about 20 degrees hotter near there than it is in the air conditioning.
Tough, too, for those serving food outside.
Get used to it after a long time. I've been here for 12 years now, so some days are hotter than others. Today, unfortunately, is an extra hot one.
According to CTV meteorologist Kayla Mitchell, temperatures in the Maritimes soared well above averages for early July on both Thursday and Friday.
Sunscreen, lots of water, Gatorade with electrolytes if you can. Try to stay in the shade. If you can't, you break off every 15 minutes.
The heat? Not too much for this couple visiting from Ohio, where the summers can be suffocating.
This is beautiful today. It's a little on the warm side, but from back at home, this is much, much better. Much better.
Kayla Mitchell typically considers a heat wave as 3 or more running days of unusually hot weather. Lenny's Takeout was back open today, but owner Jamie Dion says if the heat continues to be a problem for his staff, he'll close again. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Meanwhile, firefighters were contending with the heat today in Nova Scotia's Kings County. A man has been hospitalized after trying to save his cats as his Berwick home caught fire at around 4 p.m. The deputy chief in Berwick says there was extensive smoke and fire damage throughout the home, saying it may be a total loss. The homeowner suffered smoke inhalation as 3 cats were rescued safely. 2 neighboring departments also responded. It's not clear what caused the fire. Aside from the heat, parts of New Brunswick have been dealing with poor air quality. Environment Canada has issued warnings for northwestern areas due to smoke from wildfires in neighboring Quebec. The issue is expected to remain in place through Saturday afternoon. Cities like Edmundston and Miramichi are seeing a moderate air quality risk, while other communities like St. John currently sit at low risk. Smoke could cause irritation to the eyes, nose, and throat, and even headaches or a cough. Environment Canada says with higher smoke levels comes increased health risks. It advises people to limit their time outdoors when smoke is prevalent.
Get the Maritimes top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Well, Halifax has named a new chief administrative officer. Marnie Clucky will assume the position starting in September. She comes to Halifax from the city of Hamilton, where she is currently the city manager. Formerly the CAO of Niagara-on-the-Lake, Clucky will now oversee Halifax's more than $1 billion budget with about 5,000 municipal employees. Former CAO Kathy O'Toole retired last October when Brad Anguish took over the interim title. The federal government's groceries and essentials benefit will start to arrive in bank accounts today for eligible Canadians. The quarterly payments are also getting a 25% boost for the next 5 years over the credit it's replacing. CTV's Nick Moore on what impact it may make.
The Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit replaces a GST-HST credit that was sent out every 3 months. A few weeks ago, eligible Canadians received a one-time top-up equivalent to a 50% increase of their annual GST credit. The federal government says both initiatives will help low to mid-income earners in the midst of this affordability crisis.
We think it's going to have a good impact.
Alex Boyd is CEO of the Greener Village Fredericton Food Bank, where demand continues to grow year to year.
When people have access to resources so they can purchase food for their families, they visit food banks a lot less. We see that every month when the child tax benefit comes out. We see it every quarter when the GST benefit comes out. So the fact that this support is going to go directly to the same people who need that support is going to have an impact. There's no doubt in our minds.
Boyd says a more permanent solution is needed. Nicolette Taylor, who is the chairperson for Acorn New Brunswick, agrees.
These things help a little bit, but it doesn't go far enough.
Taylor says too many people are one lost paycheck away from catastrophe.
We see so many people who are living on that edge. It's causing them great stress, and nobody should be living like that. Nobody deserves to live like that. So that's what we're talking about when the government needs to do a whole lot more to help people out of that.
The Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit will be made quarterly, with the last payment of this year coming in October. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
Gas prices are up again across the Maritimes. The spike comes even as oil prices have been easing in recent days, leaving many drivers questioning why relief isn't showing up at the pumps. CTV's Hafsa Air explains experts say it's a mix of global markets, timing, and regulated pricing.
If filling up your tank felt a little more painful today, you're not imagining it. Drivers in the Maritimes woke up to another jump at the pumps.
When the deal between Iran and the United States seemed to be off, that spiked prices a little bit. That was what really is why we're paying a little bit more. But the rest of the world is now paying a lot less.
In Halifax, regular gas is up 7.8 cents a litre to 176.7 cents. Cape Breton saw an even bigger increase, while diesel prices also climbed.
It's crazy now. The prices are just too high.
The increase comes at a confusing time. Oil prices have actually been falling, but drivers are still paying more for gas. That's because one reflects expectations about the future, while the other is affected by additional costs.
Oil is down because it's a futures market, it's paper trading, it's financial trading. No one's taking delivery of oil. Gasoline is a physical market. You have to pick it up, deliver it, and put it in your gas tank.
He says Nova Scotia's regulated pricing system can also delay price changes. Instead of following the market day by day, prices are based on an average of several days earlier.
You'll see prices going up and down, and usually that's the price you pay 24 to 48 hours after. When you have a regulated system overlaid on that, it means that those drops don't often come as quickly, and sometimes they contradict,
leaving consumers rarely benefiting from what's happening on the markets.
I think that, there's so many prices that are going up, groceries are going up, like having gas, as a huge piece of that is a lot.
Part of this week's increase in Nova Scotia is also tied to a higher clean fuel adjuster. Ottawa requires fuel suppliers to reduce the carbon intensity of fuels. That means either blending cleaner fuels or buying credits if they don't reduce emissions. Those costs are now reaching consumers.
Those offsets are now costing about the equivalent of 8 or 9 cents a litre, and that's one of the most important factors that I think we have to consider as we see the ever hidden increase in the clean fuel standard.
Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
Well, 2 people have been injured after a crash on Fredericton's Westmoreland Street Bridge. It happened yesterday just before 5 p.m. The collision involved a dump truck, a passenger vehicle, and a tractor-trailer. A 59-year-old man and a 62-year-old woman were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The collision is under investigation. Meanwhile, video of the crash that caused a fuel spill in St. John earlier this week has found its way online. The video appears to show an SUV driving the wrong way in the eastbound lane of Highway 1 coming into St. John before colliding head-on with a dump truck. St. John police say the driver of the vehicle is expected to fully recover from their injuries, but did not say exactly what those injuries were. The incident remains under investigation, which could involve potential charges. The province says cleanup of a fuel spill caused by the crash is ongoing. Nova Scotia RCMP have shared stunning video from Cape Breton's Victoria County, which has resulted in 2 tickets being issued under the Motor Vehicle Act. Police say a 25-year-old Moncton man has been ticketed for riding in a part of a vehicle that is not designed for passengers. Well, the 21-year-old driver from Hubbard's was ticketed for allowing it to happen. It happened on Highway 105 near Bedeck last Saturday afternoon. According to RCMP, the 25-year-old was strapped in the back of an open hatchback with an improvised restraint, filming a vehicle behind them while traveling at approximately 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast heading into the weekend, but next, what's that smell?
It usually has like a bit of a sulfury, sewery type smell.
That's the summertime concern around the Sydney Harbour. What gives? We look into that after the break.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Join us all this week for the $1,000 Minute with Atlantic Superstore.
Celebrating 40 years and giving you $200 just for playing this week.
Welcome back. For some time now, people who live along Sydney Harbour have been wondering, what's that smell? Councillors have gotten plenty of complaints, and while it may be gone for now, there is still no definitive answer on what was causing it. Here's CTV's Ryan McDonald.
For the past couple of weeks, people living on both sides of Sydney Harbour have been complaining about an odour that seemed to come from the water.
It usually has like a bit of a sulfury, sewery type smell.
Rob Beresford has been living on the Westmount side of the harbour for about 20 years. He is also a biology professor at Cape Breton University. He says this isn't the first time he and his neighbours have noticed a smell from the water during summer, and while on some occasions in the past he figured it was organic material rotting on the harbour floor.
Again, I don't know exactly, but I think what's happening this time of year is while we haven't really had warm temperatures, what we have had is a lot of wind from the south and a lot of wind from the north, which could very well be stirring up the bottom.
The team believes that it's an organic issue that's coming from the harbour right now.
The councillor for the Westmount and Coxheath area says he's gotten plenty of complaints, and so too have council colleagues in other communities along the water, including Sydney, South Bar and New Victoria. Some have wondered whether the smell could be sewage, but he's confident it isn't.
Our solid waste team has gone through the entire West Side system, and there is no problem with our sewer system. So we don't know what this is.
A spokesperson for the Cape Breton Regional Municipality confirmed that wastewater treatment plants are operating as expected. Today, while the afternoon high hit about 30 degrees, there didn't seem to be any noticeable smell near the water.
I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. Like I said, it was quite strong for a few days, but I haven't noticed it for probably, I'd say, almost a week now.
Councillor Gillespie adds that he has been speaking with people at the provincial and federal levels to try and get to the bottom of what people were causing a stink about. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Westmount, Nova Scotia.
Okay, it's time now for a quick break. When we return, your complete maritime weather forecast. There's a look at the Halifax Harbour. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell joins us now with your maritime weather forecast. And Kaylin, we were talking earlier about how hot it is in the studio tonight, but man, once you walk outside, it's like you hit a wall.
It is like you hit a wall. That air really has that thick feel to it. That's a higher level of humidity, and then of course the heat on top of it. And it's a very warm and muggy night across the Maritimes. There'll be some fog patches for tonight, but there's some relief in sight when it comes to the forecast for those who find this higher level of heat and humidity too uncomfortable. The change this weekend is going to be coming in with this cold front that's currently making its way over the St. Lawrence River Valley in through Quebec. It's going to be moving into New Brunswick during the day for tomorrow, and then completely crosses the Maritimes by Saturday evening and night. In behind it, there will be a northwest wind bringing in some slightly cooler, but definitely less humid air, and that's going to make a big difference to conditions by the end of the weekend. So taking a look at our forecast timeline for cloud cover and precipitation, as I just mentioned, some fog patches around for tonight. Those will be dissipating in the morning hours of tomorrow, followed by some sunshine. But as we move through Saturday morning and into early Saturday afternoon, and that front moves into New Brunswick, there will be some scattered showers developing in that province. With those showers, a risk of some thunderstorms. And then as we move into Saturday afternoon and evening, the chance of showers and thunderstorms moves into both Prince Edward Island as well as Nova Scotia. We get in behind the front later Saturday evening and Saturday night, and so far for Sunday, it's looking like a mix of sun and cloud, just with lower temperatures and lower humidity. Taking a look at the winds in the forecast for Saturday, by the afternoon, they'll be out of the northwest for New Brunswick, still out of the west direction for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. Now, most low temperatures for the Maritimes tonight, like last night, are going to be very warm. Many not much cooler than between 17 and 21 degrees and feeling well into the 20s with the humidity. Temperatures tomorrow in the north of New Brunswick do come down because that's the part of the Maritimes that is going to get onto that slightly cooler and less humid side of that weather front first. So most of the highs 22 to 25, though 27 at Miramichi. Still hot for Fredericton tomorrow with a high temperature near 29 and highs near 28 for both St. John and for Moncton. Prince Edward Island with high temperatures between 22 and 26, but still feeling closer to 30 with humidity in the air. There'll be some scattered showers developing in the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Cape Breton for tomorrow with most high temperatures 24 to 29 degrees. Near 29 on the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia, and on the eastern shore, highs between 24 and 29. 30 for Truro for tomorrow, 30 for the city centers Halifax and Dartmouth. It will also be near 30 in the Annapolis Valley, and on the south shore of Nova Scotia, most of the high temperatures between 29 and 32 degrees in the southwest. Directly on the coast, temperatures a little bit more moderate, so closer to 24 for Yarmouth. Once again, here's the risk of thunderstorms coming up on Saturday for the Maritimes. The highest chance of a thunderstorm will be southern and eastern areas of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, northern, central, and eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick, in behind that weather front, temperatures more moderate, humidity lower for Sunday. There's still some summertime heat, though, in the forecast throughout much of next week, and not much precipitation expected. Chance of showers next Friday. For Nova Scotia in the forecast, temperatures and humidity come down for Sunday. Temperatures warm back up through the first part of next week and still looking plenty warm on Wednesday and Thursday with a chance of showers on Friday. And for Prince Edward Island in the forecast, we have a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday. Temperatures a little bit cooler, highs near 18 degrees, but back up into the 20s on Monday, and then mid-20s Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. There'll be a chance of showers next Friday. Callum.
Okay, thank you so much, Kaylin. It's time now for a quick break, but stay with us. Lots more to come after the break.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. Canada will face Morocco in an historic round of 16 match at the FIFA World Cup tomorrow in Houston. And celebrations are kicking off here in Nova Scotia, especially in Port Williams, the hometown of Team Canada's Jacob Schaffelberg. CTV's Emma Convey visited the community today for a look at the excitement.
Jacob Schaffelberg's grandparents start every game the same way, sitting in these two armchairs at their home in Port Williams, Nova Scotia.
Sometimes I'll sit a little closer, but because I don't want to miss anything.
Having been to all his games in Nova Scotia growing up, even a few in Toronto, watching him play in the World Cup fills them with pride.
It's just amazing that he is where he is. He's good.
He's really good.
The whole community is rallying behind him and Team Canada.
Having somebody from Nova Scotia on the Canadian team, and like with how far they've went, it's incredible.
It's bringing the whole world back together. It's showing that our whole nation is colorful. We are from all over the world, and we are uniting to just cheer for our nation's soccer team.
Those cheers will be loud at the Port Pub in Schaffelberg's hometown.
This is our first FIFA game that we're showing in the tap room. A lot of people in the community want to support them.
They're hoping for a big turnout.
Family event for everybody in the community. They can come in and have a pint and something to eat, or they can have water and watch it outside. It's for everybody, and everybody's welcome to come.
Marvin and Barbara Messam plan to attend this viewing party before the game, but by 2 p.m. they'll be back in their chairs.
I've got so many older friends that have never, ever watched my Probus group, everybody out there that watch soccer now. It's just...
Even so many little old ladies.
Pull the Nova Scotians together.
Now come tomorrow at 12:30, this place will look a lot busier. TVs hung around the patio, games and a band. Of course, lots of fans filling the streets and the pub, coming out to support Team Canada and Jacob Schaffelberg. Emma Convey, CTV News.
Okay, it's time now for one last break. Coming up, a fiddling tradition is alive and well in Dartmouth, but first, your wake-up weather. There's a look at the Confederation Bridge where it's 22 degrees. It's Kaylin Mitchell with what you need to know in the morning when we come back.
It's time to register your rig for the 2026 Big Rigs, Big Hearts, Big Results Convoy. Get your crew together and participate in this day of fun for Special Olympics. The 15th annual convoy rolls through Dartmouth October 3rd. Visit truckconvoyns.ca.
Okay, it's time now for a quick look at tomorrow's wake-up weather. Kaylin, over to you.
Yep, so very warm start to the day for tomorrow. Temperatures in the high teens and low 20s. Fog dissipating. There'll be some sunshine. And then moving into the afternoon, there'll be some scattered showers that will develop. And with those showers, a risk of some thunderstorms. It happens first earlier in the day for New Brunswick, and then Saturday afternoon and evening for both Prince Edward Island as well as Nova Scotia. And then following in behind that front, there will be lower temperatures and much lower humidity for the end of the weekend on Sunday. Callum.
Okay, thanks for that, Kaylin. Finally for us tonight, it's the 77th Maritime Fiddle Festival in Dartmouth. The two-day event at Nova Scotia Community College's Ivany campus features fiddle and step dancing competitions, jam sessions, and a dance. Age ranges from 9 and under to 60 and over.
We do it for the love of the music and to continue the old-time fiddle tradition, the tunes and the dancing and the fellowship that goes along with the music.
Tomorrow, some of the musicians will head to local seniors' homes before finals and awards in the afternoon and a closing concert featuring special guest J.P. Cormier in the evening. Okay, that is your late news tonight. Just a reminder, if you've tuned in late or you'd like a second look at any of our stories, you can always visit our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It's your home for news. I'm Callum Smith in for Bruce Frisco. Thanks for staying up with us. We hope to see you again Monday night.